by Wania,
Dameesha,
and Jonathan.
Ancient Egyptians.
Writing with papyrus.
One of the most important inventions of the ancient Egyptians was writing. They wrote using hieroglyphics. The ancient Egyptians often wrote on tablets or walls, but they also wrote on a paper called papyrus. Papyrus paper was made from a tall reed. The Egyptians used the inner strips of the stem of the plant to make the paper. They would make 2 layers of strips, one horizontal and the other vertical. Then they would cover it in an inner cloth with a mallet or stones. The strips over time would bind together, making a single flat sheet to write on. Cool inventions.
Ancient Egyptians were also one of the first groups of people to divide days into equal parts through the use of timekeeping devices. There were lots of clocks. One of them were water clocks. They were shaped like boats and had a small hole in the bottom of them. They floated on top of the water and were allowed to fill in a way so that the rising water represented a number of hours passing.
Medicine.
The ancient Egyptians had a wide variety of medicines and cures. Some of their medicines were quite strange. For example, they used honey and human brains to cure eye infections. The medicine of the ancient Egyptians is some of the oldest documented. In ancient Egypt, the men are more skilled in medicine than any other humankind. Ancient Mesopotamia. Writing.
The ancient Sumerians were the first people to develop an actual writing language. They needed young men to learn to read and write. The language began as pictographs. Pictographs are not easy to form into sentences. They started to use triangle shapes to represent sound, which they could then use to spell words. They did not have paper or ink. They used tools made of wood and other stuff.
Medicine.
Sumerians made several advances in medicine. They used logic and recorded medicine history to be able to diagnose and treat illness with various creams and pills.
Amazing inventions. Mesopotamian people invented many inventions, including metal, copper, glass, lamp making, food control, and water storage. Copper, bronze, and iron were used for armor as well for different weapons such as swords, daggers, spears, and maces.
The Mesopotamians used a number system with the base 60 like we use base 10. The Mesopotamians had formulas for figuring out the
Circumferences.
an area different geometric shapes like rectangles, squares, and triangles. They had a wide knowledge of mathematics, including addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and fractions.
The end.